Growing up for me, there were very few bands that had a bigger impact on my life than KoRn. I grew up in that magical nu metal era, and this was a band that from the moment I heard Blind, I knew that this was the band for me, and I just became obsessed, and I was like 9 years old. And so ever since then, I've been hooked on KoRn, and I've loved seeing them live so many times over the years. And what's really incredible is how much, to this day, they resonate with the fans. And if you need a great example of that, look no further than the fact that they sold out a freaking stadium in just a week for this iconic KoRn 30th anniversary show that's taking place in Los Angeles that I might have to go to. But they've also just announced a brand new tour that's coming to a city near you. Check it out. They've got Spirit Box on the lineup, the amazing Gojira as direct support. It's going to be a good time. You don't want to miss that either. Now, the great Brian Head Welch of KoRn was asked in a recent interview about what the band currently is working on, and he gave us a real interesting insight into what the next KoRn record's going to sound like. And I wonder if we hear any new music before this upcoming tour. Who knows? But this is what he had to say. He spoke to WSOU 89.5 FM, and he says, "I'll just say yes, we are passionately and intensely working on new music. We're a little bit behind. We've been really digging deep into sounds and tones and miking techniques, and we're just really focusing on every aspect of just miking and the sonic levels of everything, because I love the last few records we've done in the last 10 years, but I think I just have something in me that feels we could beat the tones. I love the songs that we've done, but tone-wise, I feel like we can beat it. So we're spending a lot more time on this new music. We're spending a lot more money, and we don't have any record label involved. And so it's all coming from us. And we really want to dissect our sound and remember where we came from and how we did it back then, and having a vintage KoRn feel with a modern twist sonically, I'm talking about. So it's very intense. The songs are amazing. I'm very proud of it. I feel like we're closer than we've ever been in the studio, and Jonathan has been there every day." So he continues, "Off and on, we'll work for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Then I don't see Jonathan for a month or two, but we're starting to pick up now because we want to put new music out. We're a little bit behind, but we're very proud of what we're doing, and we can't wait for people to hear it." Now, of course, I'm excited that KoRn is back in the studio, and he's talking about the tone and all of that, and Jonathan's in the studio. And when you look back on KoRn's career, this is a band that really, at times, when they've dug deep in the studio, you get masterpieces like Untouchables, which, you know, they talk about the process for that, how expensive it was, and it really shows on that album. And this is also a band that is not afraid to stylistically experiment. They put out a dubstep album that I thought I was going to hate, and I absolutely loved it. And I still listen to it to this day. The Serenity of Suffering, amazing album if you haven't checked it out. It's totally different than what you would ever expect from KoRn, but he also gave us more tips about what this will sound like. Spoiler alert, he says it's going to be very heavy. He said, "I think it's the best and heaviest KoRn stuff in years, and I think it's going to be raw and just kind of more basic. As far as sound and recording and everything, I don't want to give it all away, but we're just very, very pleased where we're at right now." I don't know about you, but that makes me very excited, and I'm so looking forward to this new music from the band and also seeing them live this year, hopefully many different times. And I also would love to have members of KoRn on the podcast. That is your latest update right here from Rockfeed. If you're new here, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest news and updates from your favorite bands.